Okay, so I know what you're thinking. Either you're thinking, oh, this guy is about to tell me to watch Wild Wild Country and join a cult, or you are thinking, oh, great, another person who discovered Osho at 2 a.m. on YouTube and now he thinks he's enlightened. Neither, I promise. Hear me out. So here's the thing. There was a point in my life where I was very much politically sure of myself, like I had a side. I knew who was right, who was wrong, who the good guys were, very comfortable, very certain. And then this bald guy in a robe started messing with my head. Not because he told me I was wrong, not because he gave me a better ideology to switch to, but because he did something I hadn't really seen anyone do before. He would pick up an idea, any idea, like religion, politics, love, whatever, and instead of just defending it or destroying it, he would just turn it around in his hands. Look at what it got right, look at what it got completely wrong, and then just put it down without landing anywhere. And that drove me insane at first because I wanted a conclusion. Just tell me what to think, man. But that was the kind of whole point. Okay, so let me tell you a specific idea that just broke my brain a little. It says, imagine someone who lived their whole life believing in God, heaven, and soul, the whole religious or spiritual stuff. It's not just what they believed, it's who they were. It gave them comfort, it gave them the meaning, it gave them a reason to be a good person. Their entire identity was built around it. And then they die, and there is nothing, no heaven, no God, no soul, just the end. That person spent their whole life completely certain about something that turned out to be false. Now flip it. Someone who lived their whole life as an atheist. No God, no soul, no afterlife, pure rationality. Very proud of it. Also build their whole identity about that. And then they die and they find themselves somewhere. Consciousness continues. And they die and they find themselves somewhere. Heaven or consciousness, like the soul, like it continues. Something exists, something is there. That person also spent their whole life completely being certain about something that turned out to be false. You see what's happening here? Both of them were certain, like both of them made that certainty the core of who they are, and both of them potentially were wrong. And the thing that got me wasn't even the God question, it was why did both of them need to be so certain about all these things in first place? Why was the uncertainty so uncomfortable that they had to rush and fill it with the nearest available answer and then spend the whole rest of life defending that? Like, what's so scary about just not knowing? That's when I looked at myself because I was doing the exact same thing with my politics. I had picked a side and I was defending it like a religion. Any good point from the other side felt like a threat. Any criticism of my side felt personal attack to me only. I wasn't thinking anymore. I was just protecting something, an identity. And this guy, this controversial mystic who teaches spirituality but openly says there is no God, made me understand that, which is kind of hilarious if you think about that. And see, that's the thing I actually admire about him. Not his personal life again, whole separate conversation, not even all his ideas, but just the way he looks at things. He can criticize something and, in the same breath, find what it got right. He can be inside a tradition and completely outside at the same time. He doesn't need to win the argument, he just wants to look at the thing honestly. That's genuinely rare. Most people, most of us, will look at things to confirm what we already feel, not to actually see it. So here is what shifted for me, and what I want to say this properly. And I want to say this properly because it sounds simple, but it really isn't. You can believe in nothing and still acknowledge something. Like, I don't have to be religious to say, okay, maybe there are things beyond what I currently understand. I don't have to be an atheist to say organized religion has caused real harm. I don't have to pick a team. And the stuff that I do believe in, the things that feel close to me, feel like a part of who I am, they don't have to be so extreme, so absolute, so fused with my identity that if someone challenges them, I feel like they're attacking me personally. Because here is the thing, you will be wrong about some stuff. I will be wrong about some stuff. Everyone is wrong about something that they currently feel completely certain about. And that's just how it goes. And if that belief was everything, your whole identity, you will collapse when it will turn false. And if you held it with a little bit of space, you update yourself, you move on, you're fine. And that's honestly what Osho gave me. Not a new belief system, not spirituality, not some cosmic answer, just hold things loosely, engage with ideas, let them matter, but don't let them become so much a part of you that you can survive being wrong about them, because you will be wrong about something at some point. The question is, will that break you or just change you? I'm still figuring out what I believe about God, about politics, and most of it honestly. And I am way less scared of not knowing that I used to be before, and that the specific thing I genuinely credit to a guy in a Rolls Royce who may or may not have been running a cult in Oregon.